When we're running rapids, we need to really know our river rights from our river lefts, our holes from our boulders, from our downstream Vs. In this chapter, we're going to look at all the river features we'll see in the whitewater environment.
Flat moving water. At the easiest end of the spectrum of moving water, we will often see flat, flowing water. It is predictable, and all you have to consider is whether it is flowing slow or fast. Easy whitewater. When flat moving water meets an uneven riverbed, we will start to see small waves and maybe even small obstructions. We will still have no problem seeing where we need to go. Intermediate whitewater. As the water moves into tighter and more obstructed stretches of rivers, the height and variety of waves and river features will increase. A paddler will now have to consider where to manoeuvre to best maintain the line down the rapid. Harder whitewater. When the gradient or the flow increase and a paddler needs to make several moves in between consequential features, we can consider ourselves in the realm of harder whitewater. Downstream V. A downstream V is a smooth tongue of water at the top of a rapid that indicates a clean path between hazards or obstacles. As the water flows beyond the horizon, the downstream V points the way. In larger volume whitewater, these often end in trains of standing waves. Standing waves. Standing waves occur where the flow of water has been forced upwards. These usually present nothing more than a good fun bounce to the paddler. Eddies. Eddies occur where the flow has been obstructed and the water runs in the opposite direction to fill the gap. Depending on the strength of the flow, some eddies are either friendly or challenging. Stoppers. Where water flows over an object, like a boulder, it fills in the gap from above and recirculates upstream, forming a stopper or hole on the surface. The type of stopper that forms depends on the shape of the riverbed. They can be open or closed and narrow or wide, but whichever they are, be sure to have an exit strategy if you're going to take one on. Pourovers. Pourovers, or ledge hydraulics, are in essence the most extreme form of stopper. With smooth, deep recirculating flows and limited points of escape, these are a feature where paddlers need to have a balance between good technical ability and sound tactical judgment. Rooster Tails. A rooster tail indicates that fast-flowing water is hitting a rock that is barely below the surface. The water is kicked up and sprays out like a fan. These are to be avoided if possible, as they could knock a paddler offline or worse. Undercuts. Water flowing into an undercut represents a problem. The depth of the undercut will be dependent on the level of the river. The simple solution though is to try and paddle away from them. Overhanging trees. Overhanging trees are a problem as they usually hang low into or near the river. At best they're a distraction that can put you offline. At worst, they're a snag hazard that should be avoided. Strainers. Strainers are trees in the flow. The water pushes through them and they present many possibilities for snagging. The strength of the water passing through them will usually be greater than the strength of anyone in their midst, so they are simply to be avoided. Cushions. When whitewater flows into a large object that it cannot go over or under, It bounces off until it can find a path around. This reflected water offers the whitewater enthusiast a cushion or pillow that they can use. Just remember to lean onto it. Boulder Chokes. Boulder chokes, or sieves, are where rocks partially block the flow of the river. These features tend to gather material in their gaps and allow some water to pass, but larger objects, such as boats or paddlers, might not be so lucky. Directions. When navigating our way down whitewater rivers, it's a good idea to know where we're going. River right and river left refer to our right and left sides as we look downstream. Pool drop rapids. Pool drop rapids are areas where the water flows from one pool to another, with rapids in between. This is a good style of whitewater to practice on, as it gives plenty of options for controlling a group and, if needs be, picking up the pieces. Constant rapids. When rapids continue with no break for a considerable distance, we refer to them as constant. To negotiate constant rapids, you need to find the eddies where you can take a break and plan the next section. Recognising river features and understanding how they'll affect you is essential before you make a plan on how to negotiate a rapid. What you've just seen is not an exhaustive list, but in every river, features change with levels and time. So getting out there paddling is the best way to learn about whitewater.